very much. Very excited to get stuck into this one, of course. Is pretty much my favorite map in the map pool at the moment. I know that can be a bit of a controversial take. A lot of people are kind of scared of Lair, it feels.
So
I really think it can give you a masterclass at Siege Beauty. I think that top floor, again, I said, you know, the way that this flows, I feel like it's like one of those afternoon tea little delicacies where you have the kind of free tier system. You've got that top floor that is very reminiscent of Chalet. The way that you can get very, very quick to the mark. You can immediately force your way in and start to cook up a very explosive pinch to get things started. The middle floor is very classic Siege, a lot of verti, a lot of options for you to take it. It really comes down to utility. And then that basement itself, you know, you want to have that top floor control. It kind of plays out very similar to kind of the bottom floor of Cafe. So it's ironic that Sham mentioned that because, again, you want that buggy coming in. You want that ram coming in to rip open those floorboards. You can apply a bit of pressure on the horizontal, but you've got those tight corners to go through. So you really do have to focus around the utility game when it comes to a map like Lair, sorry. And that's why I think it does really favor a side like Gaming Team who have some certified util cooking merchants. Like the way that some of these players have cooked some pocket strats over the last few years has been a really gorgeous sight to behold. So I don't doubt that they'll be bringing the thunder when it comes to this map right now.
Thunder. No, 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 no. Sorry.
No, go like big up the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders all the time.
See, sometimes someone says a word and just instantly like a song pops in my head and it just keeps going.
Like you're some kind of sleeper agent.
Yeah. I mean, back when I was in the, you know, EML, they took a vote and they were like, who would be the most likely to be like a sleeper agent or like secretly like some kind of assassin? And everybody agreed it was me. Not medics. It was absolutely crazy. No. It is the calm dude.
Defenders protect
it's me.
That does make sense because that's it. It's like the quiet ones are the ones you want to watch out for. It's always the quiet ones that get you. The loud ones, they can't keep quiet enough to be a sleeper agent or an agent in any regard because they'll just end up blabbing. It's the quiet ones you've got to be sus for.
Well, then we'll never find out if I'm a sleeper agent or not. Who knows? Mysterious. A sleeper agent functioning as an esports commentator. Like a very bad movie, this.
I was gonna say, this sounds like a movie. Like, it could actually be a movie.
Are you guys Swifties? Are you a Swiftie?
I'm not, I'm afraid. It's not really my most preferred.
Do you tolerate the music or do you despise the music?
I don't care enough to know what... I don't think I actually know a singular song by her.
Shake It Off.
Is that by Taylor Swift?
Yes.
Okay, I know that. I've heard of this song. Yes, okay, that's one. I know this song.
And the haters gonna hate. You know that song?
No, I have a very obnoxious music taste. I'm really sorry.
Okay. So, Grace is not a Swiftie confirmed?
No, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm laying the side down now.
No, I'm not a Swiftie either. Don't worry. I just know a song, you know, and I think that's it.
Shed on the approach. Speaking of haters gonna hate. On a solo push. From Sky. Again, they did this last time and I was a bit Jimmy Russelled about it. Okay, fair enough. I respect it. We've got pressure below from Denster. On that bucket area. You do want to have that verti established. It can make the job a lot easier. They're kind of pushing from this northern side. I do much prefer operational pushes. I know people are maybe worried about the utility setup that can be established there. Alder shutting down Shed. Now lost that Blackbeard. Denster taking out Devils as well. 4 versus 4. Rowett dealing with Voxel. 4 versus 3. Really can go either way, and already it's looking a little bit janky on both sides, I'll be honest, Hap. Not sure how I feel about this so far. Again, loads of kit still in the pockets of Gaming Team. But Diavolo, they still have the smoke. They've got the Chanka as well. And if they've sussed things out, if they've worked out how this push is coming in, they can just start to play around that util. 1 minute to go.
Still plenty of time. They have them in advantage. Just the diffuser that needs to be picked back up. I mean, even if it's looking janky, as long as these attacking rounds are coming into the pockets, then they should be nice. Slebit, that was the head you were seeing. Decided to reload rather than press the trigger. This Ghost is slowly starting to move through. The DP-28 is sending some shots towards his direction. Marat's using that mirror window as a glorified shield. Rawa took a small amount of damage as they're trying to find themselves a way into the room, into the site. As Rawa steps in, he takes a big shot. Scyther finds Slebin. And we're into a 3-on-3 situation now where the site is being blocked off by Shoemaker Fire. And with Scyther playing around display, just using that vector to let it rip, it is looking unlikely like a plant will come out of this. But as I said that they were attempting it either way, 5 seconds before the time runs out. Rawa needing to run through fire to make this stick. He's not going to be able to do that. Diavoli will win round number 1.
And again, we're slightly making things difficult for ourselves. I hold the very strong belief that the Northern Take is one of the most difficult ones you can do. Because all you need to do is apply pressure into operational, have someone below applying Verti, right? You start taking Mez control. The person that's applied Verti, if they've got a pick, excellent. If not, they can rotate to reception, make their way up the main stairs into Mez as well, start contesting towards server hallway with you. At that point, the opposition is pushed back deep enough back into site, back into server, that you can open up mask wall, get the plant down, because again, if people are throwing utility, you might be able to shut them down from Mez doorway anyway. People keep faffing about with these Northern Takes, and I'm like, it is curious. Especially because 9 times out of 10 they're doing it, and you're not really seeing any solid 3-2-1s occur. Diavoli holding onto it, and again, just playing really well of round. What is slowly becoming a default utility. The mollies, the smokes. They know they're in that power position. We've wasted so much time. They've been faffing about. Let's just send Kit out and just wait for them to try and rush in, and we'll take care of them. Crossfires are not being contested at all. Bish bash bosh, job is done. Basement is always an interesting one for me personally as well, because you've got these tiny little nooks and crannies that you have to get into around site that often is very awkward, especially when people are playing with the shotguns, things like that. We have Cypher, of course, in stock already with that shotgun. And your best bet is to really establish vertical control above. Going into armory, ripping open those floorboards. And ideally you want the buggy to do that. They've chosen to go with the sledge. And again, the thing is with sledge too, yes, it's kind of a little bit more unsafe to establish Verti, but at least it can give you a lot more options when it comes to kind of making your own rotations as the round goes out. Also maybe be an added benefit when it comes to those castle barricades too. You've got Slebin and Denster both trying to do bits on this Verti. Trying to find the opener through the floorboards. Again, Diavoli, they're not spreading out that much. They're not extending. So they're nicely tucked downstairs. If you could try and find their heads, or at least apply that pressure, maybe people can start to take them off guard, but it requires you pushing down those stairs nice and quickly as well as this vertical pressure comes through. Rawa already trying to do so, I believe. Jed in filter already. On that blitz. Position to be, Hap.
It's definitely a great position to be. And as the first falls, Marat finds Rawa. As Diavoli looking to continue that first round, which they've been able to pick up. With a minute 10 again, like a push needs to come to shove. And it's not happening quick enough. Smokes are coming through. Spot is out there, and Molshed is just trying to, you know, eep himself further in as a Nitro Cell doesn't quite connect, and Denster and Slebin both will be picking up kills. This could be it, as the plant will go down. It's suddenly only up to Devils. He will find one from the back, but the blitz is coming in quick. Flashbang is in, so is the pistol. And a round will go to Gaming Team after losing the initial fight. Didn't really matter. They managed to get that plant in somehow, not contested.
Again, it's a key factor of just having that pressure come very, very quickly in filter. You know, filter's free, get stuck in. And especially when you've got a blitz shield as well. You've taken so much ground. A lot of people on the defense like to play aggressively around filter, or at least have a heavy util setup there, right? You know, things like dread nets to really shut people down as they're coming down that blue stairs. But we didn't really see that coming out from Diavoli.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
1-1, and you know, we'll just keep trading. No big deal. We've done it all in my last map, just to keep things exciting. And gaming team, of course, having that one leg into the upper bracket semi-finals already. Just looking to close it out on their own map. But they're starting on attack, and the attack is difficult, it's hard. They know if they're able to pick up 3 rounds, I would say they're already pretty much set. If they pick up 4, I think we could almost call it a done deal at that moment.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Look at that little Spec IO action coming out from Devils right now. Just because that can give you a very heavy inkling as to where these initial pushes are coming from. That means you yourself can have some rotations, have some repositions. Also means that, again, if you're playing on that very tippy top floor and they don't clear you, you might be able to deny the plant. Using that Spec IO. An oldie but a goldie. Granted, it really does depend on positioning, but that's the beauty sometimes when you're defending this middle floor. The whole of that top floor is soft.
Do you run quicker on a building you actually run on the ground? Because it definitely looks like that. Just see Rama running outside the building. It's like, this seems faster than it actually used to normally run. Sorry, a little bit of a side note, side track. The Banshee being spotted out, Stenster continuing on. They have the opportunity to take Mask under control, as the default camps will also be taken care of. And gaming team finding or hoping to find at least 2, probably 3, and they'd eventually be ecstatic as well if they might manage to find 4 rounds here on the attack, as carving through this map there with the sledgehammer. Scyther falls first, and it's just a back and forth trade. We're about a minute 30 in, and suddenly everybody explodes. There's just Devils and Marats left now, as they find themselves with a, well, hefty vanish Devils as he takes down Denster before fading through the hatch. Not without taking no damage at all. Marats spotting ahead, emptying the SMG mag, not quite connecting. That at least will give away the game that, oh, he's on site as well, taking slight amounts of damage. The Nitro not connecting. Devils in the meantime is finding himself on a rotation back up towards the top floor. Marats try and hold on towards the hatch, knows a drop needs to come through. And what is Devils doing? Well, slowly but steadily looking to make it back into a 2v2 as he is creeping around on the top floor, but the site has fallen. And that means he needs to move now, as Raba actually still up there. No, it was Ghosty. That means the opportunity is here to go for the plant. The verticality is there. He has the Specchio. He has the opportunity to use that shotgun to create extra vertical angles. And with 27 seconds... they need to be quick. The drone was feeding information. The drop through the hatch is imminent. His Devils is looking patiently to see what he can find. But they have to make a decision sooner rather than later. The longer they wait, the worse it's gonna get. And as he sees the head, he will find a kill, and this round will be clutched out by Devils in this exact moment, because the time is going to hit 0. The shotgun is going to be prepared, and Devils, as he snuck up towards the top floor, has won the round for Diavoli.
Absolutely. This is the win factor in those moments, right? Having that Spec IO on the board. And that is why he stayed upstairs for so long. Like, that is just straight up it. 9 times out of 10, most people in those situations, it's like, okay, you need to rotate out of there when all of that pressure is coming in. Those bodies are dropping. The safe thing to do is to drop down to site and start playing on that horizontal. But you know, we brought the Solis for the sole reason of denying that plant from above. So Devils, when he does eventually drop, he takes so much damage, and you're thinking, oh goodness, this is where things get a little bit dicey. But the fact that he was like, no, I can rotate now, and then all you have to do is just play around that util. tale as old as time. We see this so much. And again, it's the beauty of that top floor and layer. It's so soft. The whole of the top floor, pretty much, where that heat is going to be, it is soft. And that works both ways, to be honest, as well. Because realistically, again, if you're approaching that kind of top floor, you want to be able to establish your own verti, so in that post plant, you yourself can hold it from the top. The gaming team left a little bit of a gap there. And for Devils to be able to sneak around like that. Beautiful stuff. Really, really well played. And again, my kind of favourite style of Solus plays. Not just being like, okay, the drones are here and this is the push they're going to take. It's the denial and not getting too cheeky with it as well when you are trying to deny that plant. You know the pressure's on them. You know you just have to keep having a look at, having a gander. We even had cams on site as well, so loads of info falling into their hands there.
And then Devils dropping through the hatch and surviving became super painful. Any other operator, it would have been fine. Solus, when you're trying to get a post plant on something that is just soft floors, that's the last operator you want to have above you. So painful for gaming team and unfortunate for them. The round was pretty much in control. It was a 1v3 and, I mean, Devils should have died earlier on as he dropped through the hatch. He was down to like 10 HP. And he didn't, and he played it perfectly from there. And you can only applaud it. And also, like, what could the gaming team done? I mean, there was 27 seconds. Maybe if they decided to rotate up and rush up with two people, that could have worked. But in that case, he would have dropped as well, right? Like, it'd just be a cat and mouse game.
Reloading.
Top floor now. A singular crumb of operational and mez push, please. Please, just a singular crumb of it. Could potentially be that. We're seeing a bit of utility used and invested at clearing a bit of space from the get-go. Gaming team just putting the feelers out. Working what the setup's looking like. Might see a double push from below coming out from Shed and Ghosty. I don't really know that they need to come up that main stairs. Pressure miss from below. Cypher getting tagged up just a little bit. Has to be careful here. He knows there's at least one player, but is here where it's actually two? He could be debated. Has to hightail it out of there. Shed gets it. At least one player will be called, but do they know about Ghosty? Do they know that this is the safer push being attempted now by gaming team? Those walls can be opened pretty quickly. You need Marats to be in a fairly decent position to try and send those toxic babes. Zelda deals with Rower. Shed will go down too. Massive right now from Diamond, shutting this down from gaming team. My. 2 versus 2. 1 minute to go. This might get a little bit janky, to be honest, Hap.
Definitely can be. The drone, at least, is aware of Ariel's position. As the flashbangs come in, the shotgun will connect and Ariel will find the kill. Eventually, Sleben now in a 1v2. Deals a little bit of damage, but can almost negate it. Needs to lean back into the fight, and 9x19 VSN is given as many rounds back as Sleben is putting towards him. Just has to get rid of that keeper barrier. There's none left in the pocket for Ariel to reset himself up. Smoke canister pops. Keeps Sleben at bay. 16 seconds. Reach to rotate through a doorway to enter. He's just gonna go for the pre-fire. Finds one. And he's finding himself in the middle of the site right now. 9 seconds. Needs to go for the swing. Needs to go for the kill. Cannot afford to stick, but there's a mirror window. So instead, there he goes. Has to go for the plant. Is the rotation already coming? Yes, it is. But there's no time to go off. Will he succeed? No, he decides to cancel it. Saving the KD. Another round goes to Diavoli.
I think gaming team are making this a lot harder for themselves than they actually have to. They had this really beautiful push, right, that got them mez control. And you can argue realistically, okay, in that moment, maybe we have a bit more of a collection of people in Mez. And we can still establish Verti again. We can use that death mark through the floorboards. The whole of R6, the whole of Master. It's soft. You can get a little bit freaky with it. If you apply that pressure, you don't even need to hit someone. Just start shooting through the floorboards. It will spook them enough where they're like, okay, we need to pull back a little bit. That frees up the pressure for the players in Mez. They can try and collapse in. Again, ideally, the mass execute is what you want to get going. Nice little bit of cover pretty much gifted to you. Of that little wall to the right as you come in.
Up and running.
I called it. I said, well, in those moments, you know, it's only the smoke that really can deny things. And if you're playing aggressively enough on Mez doorway, it's difficult. But gaming team kind of losing themselves a little bit there, and it really allowed DYA to capitalize on things, get a bit aggro, and almost punish their greediness from gaming team, trying to hunt down more kills.
Again, gaming team looking for 2 rounds at the minimum. Let's be honest, they could have already had them. Things just not connecting in the latter stages of the round. Or DYA is able to just clutch the last couple of straws that were necessary to win the round. It'll frustrate gaming team. They managed to take that first map with a lot of grit, a lot of fight. So now we 3-1 behind. At least the verticality will start already for the basement site. I know Chow thinks it's a fake basement, but Rawa clearly has B warehouse as the tag underneath. Confirmed real basement. As the setup is just slowly developing.
Again, basement can be such a open space in the middle. That's why a lot of the contention you want to have to try and keep hold of needs to be around these corners where the stairs will lead to. Be mindful of the blue stairs. Be mindful of the staff stairs. Gaming team already poking holes. Rao's already pushing from missile, has made his way into warehouse as well. No one's really lurking around there. No one's in barrels. All kind of clustered around one side. There's a lot of space being given to gaming team right now. As this Verti is still coming through from Denster. You've only need to be careful here. You could
Also, this
force
gaming team
way backwards.
Gaming team also needs to be careful here. Because again, like, they're about to go and attack this side. The flashbangs will come in, the smoke as well, keeping Shed at bay. Rav in the meantime trying to get the plan down on the ground. Ariel going down as trades continue to go on either side. It's a 2-on-3 post-plant situation. 40 seconds counting down in favor of gaming team. They need a second round. They're on the edge of getting their second round, as they just need to clean things up. A rotation already coming over towards the top floor, it seems like, so they can try and protect the diffuser from a vertical site. Devils goes down, so does Scyther, and gaming team, as they get themselves inside, again, like, okay, so this happened the previous time as well, Graves. They just walked in the site and planted. And as soon as a reply came in, everybody just got collapsed. I was afraid that, you know, it's a 5-on-5, they're going to attack the site. Like, what's going to happen here? Because we've seen it go wrong on all the other sites. On the middle floor, on the top floor. But on the basement, it just keeps working.
It's because that's the site that it can work if people haven't got that extension, right? It was very, very western-sided as a defense from DYA, and this is what I was going to make the point of, is, you know, they're being pushed back, or they're allowing themselves to be pushed back basically for free. Everyone's western. You leave this massive gap in the east. Gaming team, they just have to walk in. Again, we had, I think Rao, I believe it was, pushing missile, going straight into warehouses, having a little gander around, no one contesting it because no one was there. They didn't even have to really go for as aggressive Verti control. Denster was able to do bits on that, yes, but again, for gaming team, they were gifted a nice safe execute pretty much into sight. They took it, they had the cover there as well, so even when Diavole clocked onto the fact, okay, we need to actually deny the plant. These crossfires were established, there's not much you can do at that point. A little bit of an oversight from Diavole. It's cost them an important round. Here's where it matters. Final round of the half. Gaming team, if they equalize, that puts them into a really good position, in my opinion.
It does.
Especially given the fact that they're already a map up, remember, and that was Diavole's map pick.
Bandit trick. Oh, not bandit trick, mute trick. And it's been banned. It's a long time since I've seen a mute juggle. Especially that if you place it higher up. I mean, he's waiting for EMPs to come in. Juggles it again. The breach has already started, so no holding back on that. Meaning the breach is out there. The opening has been made into the site, or at least one of them. But Ario holding it from the top. It's going to be priority number 1 to actually clear out.
Drone activated.
So I've been finding
Cheeky
one.
stuff.
Yeah, very cheeky stuff indeed. As gaming team looking to equalize the score. I mean, it could have already been 3 rounds for them, but they weren't quite able to deal with Devils last time around. He flushed through, and it's a 2-on-5 right now as Sleben will go down to the SMG of Devils. He's trying to find a second fight as well, but Montaigne's coming around the back, and Denster takes him down. That is that crucial operator to get off the board, to allow yourself to go for a potential plant, and well, we don't even need that. Ghosty takes him down, and a 3-3 split. I still think that's very, very decent here for the side of gaming team.
I'd say that's more than decent. I'd say that's where Diavole need to pull their socks up and be like, oof, right, this map, it's very back and forth depending on what site we're approaching. We need to lock in, lads. We need to absolutely be locked in now. Cannot let this slip away from us. Pressure's on Diavole. Gaming team themselves, again, they have a fair inkling as to how this map is supposed to be played. You can see, you know, things starting to come through over time over the last few months, you know, since this roster's been developed. It's like, okay, yeah, they're clearly cooking. They know a few mistakes. They know what they're doing, and they themselves banning out the Blackbeard and the Monty. I think that's very sensible. You're removing some of that bite from the hands of Diavole when it comes to establishing that second dimension. Those safety nets that you can bring with you. Those shield ops. Especially given the bullying we saw with the Monty on the upper bank, to be honest.
I love myself some good Monty bullying. It's always fun when you're suddenly a doorway in Siege, because, I mean, doors just don't exist in this game.
I was going to say, I like it when I'm not on the receiving end of it.
It's all fun and games until the Monty decides to block the only door back in.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're just like meleeing and crying.
It's even more fun is when it's 2 people locked in and you see one trying to melee and the other trying to get a shotgun shell into his feet. It's just not working.
So good.
I love the good old clips where it's like 3 people bashing Monty trying to get a kill and he's just standing there in a doorway like nothing's happening.
Montaigne means mountain in French, right?
Yeah. Do you know what a shield is called?
Oh, what, sorry?
His shield. You know, yesterday you cheated on the sledgehammer. I'm asking you what the shield's called now.
What his shield is called?
Yeah.
Pierre.
No.
Extendable shield.
No.
Le Roc. So
Yeah. You cheated again.
I cheated again. Champ told me. What does rock mean?
Rock.
Okay, excellent. Love that. The rock face of the mountain. I mean, that would make sense, right?
Yeah.
What also makes sense is Diavole getting stuck in on operational, as they should. Devil's already in medical. This is what you need to do when it comes to this take on this site. It's free real estate. Operation can be taken so quickly. There's barely anything on the wall to deny this operation take either. That Selma's gonna pop off with no contestation. You've not got any aggressive swings around Mez.
Nerds is afraid. Especially afraid a Nitro Cell could be coming up below. He was watching down below, but now Devils is in the right position. He doesn't have to be as afraid. As laying below, Devils just taking out some of the utility. Already saw fire and smoke popping as well. One of the smoke canisters used. There's a Goya pocket that popped up, and there's still 18 Schumachers left in the launcher as well. There's so much utility that they can use for this stall. If this is too one-dimensional coming in from operations, I mean, well, the fire is just gonna keep them at bay and stop them from using the breach that they've made. So Marit is gonna have to go on a bit of a marathon. And, okay, 3 times the charm on that Mew Gemmer.
Swapping back!
As, he actually saw someone moving downstairs. I think there was a bit of a rotation coming through as Arnold taking down Shed with a grenade. And Denster is on the hunt trying to find Devils. And?
Barrier!
Successful? Question mark? Exclamation mark? 45 seconds counting down now. In favor of Diavoli, the first attack and instantly a hit. As Rawa looking to go for a retake, but walks right into the crossfire. Sleben about to go down himself as well. The Nitro won't even leave his hand, and Denster. He prevents the flaws. He hits a second. Is it more doable? Still 3 to find. The smoke canister will buy him a little bit of space as Devils will be forced off, but Alright, still walking around with that blitz shield, watching down to not expose himself too much. It's a bit of a bait and switch coming out from the side of Denster, fully flashed and will be confirmed as a result of it.
Yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I say. Every time we see Lair, I bring up this point. Operational Mez take, the mask plant. It is free real estate. It's the easiest execute of your entire life. And gaming team. We had an extension all the way to Skybridge because they were like, oh yeah, Northern take then. No. The easier options are ahead of them. They're going to take it, and they did take it. And that's good. The volley. It looked easy because it was. You just literally walk up, get those walls open. No one's contesting you. The smoke's on Skybridge. There's nothing being sent at you whatsoever in those moments. You can just set up those crossfires and be like, sound. Guess we've got the post-TV then. Heading to basement now. Gaming team, this is where we want to see them get a bit more aggro around those corners, and again, hopefully have an extension here. For his Diavole, they're going to capitalize on these gaps and yet another round on this attack.
10 seconds remaining.
Gaming team making it a little bit difficult for themselves in that last round.
5 seconds.
Lock in, please, chaps.
So we expecting, after choosing your own map, just being, pull on the back foot that much.
Keeper deployed.
By the way. See if they can lock it in here for the basement. Usually requires quite a bit of prep. Is there going to be any roamers? There is. I see a couple walking around on that first floor, meaning verticality is going to be crucial. The Avoli will have to deal with that before fully executing the site. I say, as I see 4 people just looking to eye up and rush right through that basement with a shield in front as the spearhead. Marat on that blitz. The operator that's guaranteed to be banned as soon as we reach round number 9. So then the other bans that have gone through. The Mew Gemmer will be removed. Will open up yet another opportunity. Marat will open up the barricade as well. Getting quite close, but there's a shotgun on the other side of it. I will have to be careful though. If he gets flashed, it could be the end of it. Is there a crossfire there to protect him? Smoke canister will come out. Will force them back slightly. But a minute has passed so far, Grace. And the side pressure is already so high from the side of Diavoli.
Yeah, absolutely, and again, they've just gone really horizontal. They've gone really basic with it. They haven't even bothered faffing about upstairs. They've just gone, yeah, you know what? We'll just get stuck in. We'll just go. You've given us a little bit of space in barrels. Given us, again, the space on this eastern side. Both teams seeming to struggle with this Eastern pressure on the defense. For now, at least, they've got a lot of throwable utility to play around on the side of gaming team. Toxic Babes, the mollies off the Tachanka as well. Flashes can go out. That might be a hindrance. No, it's not. Rauer will fall. Denster dealing with Alda. His Devils will fall too. Nasty bit of gun utility in the hands of Shed. Bit of a spray and pray, but it gets the job done. 3 versus 4 hap. And a bit of a standstill now for Diavole.
Morat's getting in that smoke, but the fire is keeping him at bay. He's already quite low on HP, cannot quite risk it. Denster, Sleben, going down, instantly responded to. Ariel cannot live longer than he might have wanted. The smokes allow Maritz to push through as he runs into a bit of a stun. Doesn't know exactly where he is as he pushes through. There's actually someone on the door. Will find the side of his head, and as the diffuser dropped on the ground, Saiter in a 1v2 situation. 20 seconds left. As the diffuser right in front of him as he looks to recover it. Where half the defenders gone? There they are. Denster finds him. And gaming team, they put another round on the board. As it remains ever so close between these two teams, nothing to separate them.
It certainly does, but does it have to be this close? Again, noticing a few little mistakes from gaming team right now. Even that round, it's like, okay, you've left some gaps here. And yes, it's allowed for a push to come in from Diavole. The gaming team, they're like, hey, well, it's 1D. It's just 1D. We just have to hold these crossfires. We got Vachanka. We got the smokes. Didn't come down to utility in the end. Came down to pure firepower. Again, Denster doing Denster things. They've been able to equalize at least. The start of the lock-in. Heading back to that top floor site now. Again, they're bringing out the clash. I love a bit of clash on this site. I think, okay, we're not bringing out the Tachanka or any smokes. We don't really have the utility for that denial of the collapse. So your focus really has to be around this Mez area. Loads of util investment. We've got the Banshees. That's going to be a really big added bonus, especially in Wumbo combo with those Grismot mines of Ella. It's going to be very annoying to have to deal with. Slevman with the shotguns around the corners as well. Should cause a little bit of a ruckus. And we've got the clash on Mez. I mean, the clash on Mez, again, you need that little something if that operational pressure starts coming in. Sometimes you can play a little bit of a mirror on that Mez wall overlooking operational. You can be quite aggro there. And that shuts down that easy execute. 9 times out of 10. The clash also works in the same way, right? You've got that shield on the fence. Difficult operator to go up against when you're trying to swing those corners. Even if you do open a wall up with Selma's, he's just going to be stood there menacingly.
Good bait on the Gaunt 6 there. Rawa, however, dies to a Claymore. That's very unfortunate. It's not the way you want to start off a round like this. And there's your Melusi gone off the board. But at least still that Clash Shield in pocket. They used the Gaunt 6. They tried to get rid of it. Couldn't quite do that. The smokes right now give Murat a bit of an opportunity to start sneaking in further. Of course, that Clash can just move the front line. Can move the front line defenses by putting down that shield in an alternative spot. And the pre-fires come through, but won't quite connect. There is holes underneath the main wall. Denster, Saiter, all still off sight, so is Devils. And Sleben as well is playing around the rocket stairs. There is definitely going to be some pressure coming in from below as Shed takes small amounts of damage, but nothing too worrying yet. The Kiba Bears are popping up. They're trying to set up some of the defenses, and Saiter, as he's trying to get himself in, is being taken down by Sleben. A great communication coming through from the team of gaming team. And as another one falls by the hands of Denster, it is now the ground floor under complete control, meaning that verticality is a freebie to play with. And as they find themselves in the side and want to get a plant out, that Clash is going to be so oppressive that they cannot get around it. Maritz, though, a beautiful spray through the wall. Will get himself a kill. Oh, actually, Maritz with another great shot to come through. Might be clutching out this round here. Denster to fall! And Sleben now, the last man standing in a 1v2. The plan to be quit for now. Reattempted at a different position. Merritt's on the cover. But what is he seeing? What does Sleben see? As the plan goes down and he now knows it's a 1v2 no longer. Diavoli. He gets another round on the board.
I'm going to say it's excellent with from gaming team to actually play around that utility and really focus those weaker points of this site take, right? And they're like, okay, we've got it going. Diavoli in those moments, it looked like it was falling apart. They had a lifeline. Those Capito firebolts did massive bits, and again, it's sometimes you just need to push against utility like that, and if you start to use what you've got in pockets, and again, poor Denster, bless him, just not reacting quick enough as that player upstairs, you know, came into his sightline essentially, but who had slightly the wrong angle looking into that, and sometimes it really is just those little things. Diavoli being able to completely flip that round on its head by being a lot quicker on the draw, to be honest, in those final moments, but again, using what they had in pockets, not panicking, being like, okay, just barbecue the clash. How many times do we see it? Oh, there's a clash. We're struggling. Wait, we've got firebolts. The Achilles heel of a clash.
I mean, together with some other utility as well. Smoke to be banned out now. Honestly, I expected a clash to be banned because it was quite impactful up until it wasn't. But no more shields left now for the attack. Something that gaming team have struggled with a little bit when they've let in like that, so... And I mean, I said after round 1, 100% that the Blitz is going to be banned as soon as we've passed round 9. That means there's no more levers to pull now, but a tactical timeout here or there. And gaming team around behind, 2 away from map and series point, and 3 away from going on in the upper bracket.
Oh, great start. The Trek Stingers are out, but got rid of the gridlock. It hasn't been traded just yet. Rauer dealing with devils as well. Swift little openers occurring now for gaming team. Sleben going absolutely massive. A 2-piece for the round so far. And so hungry to find more and more and more. 2 keepers in pocket too. Can just start to be a menace. Can start to be a massive nuisance. The Skyfer. He's opened up this wall. It's going to give him a nice line of sight, but they're going to know he's there now. Waiting. Splits apart from his teammate as well. That bullet fire, it gives you info. They know these remaining players are split up. They know they just have to fall back and hold these crossfires. Gifting the breathing space now. Shed has gone down. Rauer is downed. Not sure if anyone's going to be able to pick him up. Yes, they will. Ghosty thankfully being there. It's allowing gaming team to retain their composure. And Skyfer trying to force his way through bunk corridor. Gets taken out by Denster though. While done left at a 1 versus 4. Deals with Sleben. Bit of over-aggression there. And this is gaming team. They need to be careful. Don't start throwing bodies. Don't gift these 1 versus 1s. Pull back now. 45 seconds. Alda's looking at you coming into these 1v1s. Just hold those crossfires. He doesn't have kit. You know that he has to hunt you. There we are. Bit cheeky from gaming team, if I'm honest. But again, another 5-5, another equalizing round. Very, very back and forth between these two.
It is.
And it's very cheeky on both sides, I will say. A bit more self-control needs to be sprinkled through this server, I fear.
Would you say they need to behave more?
Do need to behave more. There's been a lot of that today, though. There's been a lot of that today.
A lot of behaving.
I will award Secret. Okay, I'll award Secret a gold star for behaving themselves. Everyone else is in the naughty books right now.
Say they're best boys.
They are best boys. Secret are literally best boys right now for behaving themselves.
Okay.
Everyone else, see me after class.
Oh no. The tension. Alright. Has the entire tier 2 scene just been put into detention after school classes with Grace.
Let's get you someone to play.
We get going to see which of these two teams has the pleasure of reaching map point first. Gaming team, if they manage to go and take their 6th here, it is map and series point. If DFOLI are able to turn the tide once more, of course they are fighting for a map 3 to be on the cards.
Keep a barrier.
Predictions, Grace?
Honestly, I can't. Even if I wanted to. I think this has been so back and forth.
Just say your name.
We've seen a lot of mistakes on both sides, but we've seen a lot of taking advantage of said mistakes on both sides as well. Already, look how quickly Maratz is just getting stuck in, already in missile. Again, no congestion around that warehouse area, really. Coming in from gaming team. Devils. He's going to get a nice little one pick onto Sheds, and that's the Tachanka gone. That's a lot of utility the gaming team may need in those final moments.
Saito with another kill as well, brings it up to a 2-minute advantage and make that 3. As Rawa went a bit too aggressive. And now Denster and Ghost see the 2 men standing. He's taking a lot of damage. Fire there as well, but he will find a kill for his effort. Nothing more than that. Diavoli, a round away from sending us to a map number 3. Is the basement defense once again does not hold, does not stay strong. And the map point is in their hands, as it seems like Lab will be rerun. Is that the wisest of choices? Is this really what they want to go with? It seems like it is.
Again, it's okay. We'll have a little bit of an extension upstairs, but everyone's kind of pushing from warehouse so much. It's like, okay. Is that where someone needs to go for a rat play? Desperate time call for desperate measures, or at least play a bit close to the yellow stairs so that you can rotate down it and go for a flank behind if you need to.
Well, gaming team, after just being completely demolished on this site, you're choosing to rerun it. And I have opinions. But before I speak of my opinions, I'll give you the opportunity to rectify the mistakes of the previous round. And push us to overtime yet again. What a surprise. Diavoli in overtime. Of course, Diavoli don't want overtime. They just want to lock this off, go to map 3. Also, when Champ asked earlier, do we see 3 maps today? I said yes, but I'm not going to tell you which teams. And that's because I had a feeling it was going to be these 2 teams. Because Secret Academy felt to me like it was the better team in a one-on-one trade. Alt going down is going to make sure there's no more air jeps coming through. Shed losing his life. Well, it is painful, but his utility was already placed, so his impact will still be felt even after death. But this is a better start. Not just the 3 entries coming in for the side of Diavoli that we had previously.
Gaming team need to be very patient with each other right now and just again hold these crossfires, get the right positions. That's not ideal. Sleven's gonna fall. It's a lack of bodies. With a lack of bodies comes a lack of cover, especially when they still got those 2 smoke bolts, 2 fire bolts. Selma's the death mark for Glass. So much they can do here and loads of time to work with, Hap.
Definitely is. The Executor's now. Rama, with a great swing, will at least find one, aware of the fact that the wall's been opened up behind him as he digs himself in deep in missile. As he rotates through into the warehouse, spots a flare, but no sighter is quicker. He read the situation, brings it back to a 3-on-2, a 1-man advantage. For the sides, make that 2. And as Ghosty gets tagged up by the glass, he steps up and loses his life. Diavoli bring us to map number 3. As they shut down the lab's defense once more. And we're going to the very final map to decide which of these two teams will move on in the upper bracket.
A disappointment to not see another map of overtime between these two. And again,